It's another fantastic Tuesday evening right here with your boy Eddie Compson on MX24. It's Tech Today. I've rounded up all the latest gist, rumors, and news for you. And we're also going to have a very, very interesting conversation, one that you wouldn't even think we would have on a tech show, but I have it for you. But before we start everything, let's just go for this quick commercial break and we'll be right back. All right, so don't forget to join the conversation on all our social media platforms at MX24GH, at MX24GH with the hashtag Tech Today. The hashtag Tech Today. Send me your tweets, send me your questions and everything, and I'll surely attend to them and read some of your comments on the show. Skype, as we know, I don't even think if people still use it now. I mean, there's Zoom, there's Google Meets, there's FaceTime and everything. WhatsApp has video calls, Instagram, Facebook, everything. But Skype are preparing to redesign the app and then relaunch it. Windows have also opened up Microsoft have opened up their app store for third-party app developers and many more. I've rounded all these news and everything for you in our tech headlines for today. Let's just go have a look at that and we'll be right back.
For years, Apple has let you re-download many built-in apps from the App Store that you may have deleted, but short listings for these apps had a distinct difference from others. There was no way to leave a rating or review. That appears to have changed recently though, as you can now review Apple's apps in the store. That said, most of Apple's apps just don't have many ratings. Many don't break triple digits, meaning the current reviews represent an infinitely small sample of the huge number of iOS users who are out there. To give you a sense of just how large the iOS ecosystem is, Apple said in January that there are more than 1 billion iPhones in active use. It also means that Apple's apps have far fewer ratings than well-known apps like Gmail, Facebook, and TikTok. Even if there are only a few ratings right now, I still think the change is a good one, and we are curious to see how ratings shake out for Apple's apps over time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to start drafting my review of Apple Mail, where I publicly beg for a built-in snooze function. In an attempt to stem the flow of anti-vaccine misinformation, YouTube said Wednesday that it won't allow videos that claim vaccines approved by health authorities are dangerous or don't work. The platform is also banning prominent anti-vaccine accounts. YouTube pulled ads from anti-vaccination content in 2019 and said in October 2020 that it would remove videos that pushed misinformation around COVID-19 vaccines. The new policy expands to block misinformation around other vaccines, including the flu shot, the HPV vaccine, and the measles, mumps, and rubella (MMR) vaccine. Videos that inaccurately claim that the MMR vaccine causes autism or that the flu shot causes infertility, for example, will not be allowed under the new policy. There are some exceptions. YouTube will still allow videos that include people sharing their personal experiences with vaccination. It will remove that content if the channels thereon demonstrate a pattern of promoting vaccine misinformation. The guidelines say that the platform will also allow videos with information violating the policy if that video includes other context, like statements from medical experts. Facebook similarly expanded its vaccine misinformation policy in February to block claims that the shots are dangerous. Other than Samsung, Huawei has arguably been the biggest force in foldable phones, but so far all its devices, such as the Huawei Mate XS, have been large tablet-like screens. The company might be preparing to launch a clamshell foldable, more in line with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 and Motorola Razr 2020. We don't know when this year the Huawei Mate 5 might land, but there's not much year left, and the company is making some sort of announcement on October 21st, so perhaps we'll see it then. This isn't quite the first we've heard of the Huawei Mate 5. Back in 2020, Huawei both applied to trademark the Mate 5 name and filed a patent application for a clamshell foldable phone. So it's an idea that the company is at least exploring, and a name that might be used for some product or another. We need competition to share ever better products and, importantly, lower prices, along with just more foldable choice. So hopefully the Huawei Mate 5 is the way, and hopefully it's just the next in a long line of Huawei foldables. Microsoft is opening up its own App Store in Windows even further today, inviting third-party app stores to integrate into the Microsoft Store. It's a significant change that will see both Amazon and Epic Games stores discoverable in the Microsoft Store in the coming months. Just like any app, third-party storefront apps will have a product detail page, which can be found via search or browsing, so that users can easily find and install it with the same confidence as any other app in the Microsoft Store on Windows, explains Giorgio Sandro, General Manager of the Microsoft Store. Today, we are sharing that Amazon and Epic Games will bring their storefront apps to the Microsoft Store over the next few months, and we look forward to welcoming other stores as well in the future. Microsoft's commitment to being an open store for an open platform will now allow for any third-party storefront apps to be listed in the Microsoft Store on Windows. That doesn't mean separate apps and games from rival stores will be discoverable and installable, but the storefront apps will be listed in search results. The only difference here is with Microsoft's partnership with Amazon, Microsoft is bringing Android apps into Windows 11, and that includes the ability to discover and search the Amazon App Store directly from within Microsoft Store. A preview of this integration will be available for Windows Insiders soon. Skype's had more redesigns in the past 5 years than we've had hot dinners, but Microsoft is still ready to try and tweak things once again. The software maker is teasing plans for an improved, faster, reliable, and super modern looking Skype. Microsoft said it's been listening to feedback, and over the next few months will start rolling out changes to modernize Skype. The most important part of Skype, what Microsoft calls the call stage, is getting the most attention. The grid that's displayed during calls will soon include everyone on a call, regardless of whether they have enabled video or not. This puts all participants side by side, including your own video, in the main interface. Microsoft is also adding new themes and layouts to its view, offering some much needed customization to the main calling interface in Skype. You'll be able to pick between speaker view, grid view, or large gallery, together mode, and even content view, with options to only show people with video enabled. Skype's new colorful themes will soon be available with button gradients, an improved side panel on mobile, and fluent design icons throughout the apps. Skype users without avatars will also get colorful gradients to make it easier to tell chats apart. Some of these improvements are live now, while others will roll out in the coming months. Custom notifications are part of the immediate new features, while a new twin cam feature that lets you add your phone camera to the call appears to be coming later. Microsoft is currently focusing on a wide range of improvements for Skype. This is the latest redesign of Skype since Microsoft started tweaking things initially in 2014, followed like a Snapchat-like design in 2017, another redesign in 2018 that killed off the radical Snapchat-like changes, and lots of changes to the desktop and mobile apps ever since. It is surprising to see yet another redesign, albeit a modest one. Microsoft has signaled a shift in focus towards Microsoft Teams over the past year, which attempts to entice consumers into Teams. Microsoft's struggle with Skype created a Zoom moment at the beginning of the pandemic last year, and the company has tried to leverage Teams and its free all-day video calling as an answer to Zoom for consumers. On Monday, TikTok announced it has passed 1 billion monthly users. It's a remarkable number for a platform launched in August 2018 that has been scrutinized by governments, including the US, that are worried about the data collection practices of its parent company, Beijing-based ByteDance. TikTok's popularity soared during the pandemic, becoming the most downloaded app in the world in the first quarter of 2020, with some 315 million downloads in that quarter alone, according to app analytics company Sensor Tower. ByteDance reportedly saw its 2020 revenue more than double from the year prior to $34.3 billion. From its launch to date, Sensor Tower says TikTok installs have reached 3.2 billion, which includes information from Douyin, the Chinese version of the app. TikTok's monthly average users in August were up to 25% from August 2020. And other apps seeking to duplicate TikTok's enormous success created short-form video product of their own. Facebook-owned Instagram launched Reels last August, Snapchat introduced its in-app TikTok clone Spotlight in November, and even video behemoth YouTube got into the short-form game, debuting its YouTube Shorts in the US earlier this year. But TikTok continued growing. A report earlier this month found TikTok users spending more time watching its content than YouTube users. On Monday, TikTok Chief Operating Officer Vanessa Pappas thanked users in a video on TikTok for making TikTok a truly special place.
Okay, so welcome back from that. So that was our tech headlines for the week. Today we are going to have a very interesting conversation. You listen to music, I listen to music. And we all know from the days of the DVDs and the CDs and the Walkmans and everything. Now there's the AirPods, there's the streaming service and everything. Everything has changed. Technology has really evolved everything. Today on the show, I have DJ Varosky and Episode Music. I'm going to have a conversation with them on how technology has impacted music production and listening. So from their point of view, as the producers, as the music makers, and from our point of view as the listeners. So let me just start with you. Episode, welcome to Tech Today.
Yes, boss.
So usually we would have you on music shows, but today we're having you on a tech show to discuss the importance of technology. Yeah. So for you as a musician, what's like, how has the impact been for you? Let's say from the last decade, because I believe you've been in the industry for a very long time. How has technology impacted your craft, your art as a musician?
Yeah, I think you can dispute the fact that technology runs the world right now. You know, just like you said, back into when there were no, before we had the CD players and all of that, there used to be the dub plates and all of those things.
Yeah.
Then a few years on, cassettes were introduced.
Yeah.
Then CD came, and then mini discs came, and now we have the digital side of music. I think for me as an artist, just going through this phase has really taught me so well. And you can't dispute the fact that this modern era where we get to enjoy music, even as consumers and as producers and as musicians, it helps, reach a greater audience within the shortest possible time. Because now all you need to do is finish a record, put it out there, and then with the digital stores and distribution, you're able to reach some market which you have not even seen. But back then you have to go through a whole lot, go to Despite shop, go buy the CD and all of that. So for me, I think I think it has really changed the face, and we shouldn't forget, like, few years to come, we're going to even have crazy things than what we're having today. So for me as a musician, it has really helped.
Yeah. So Varosky, let me speak to you from a producer's angle. So making the music from the time you put your ideas down, now even when you travel outside the country, you just need probably your laptop, you open your Fruity Loops or your Logic Pro, get your sound card. If you have a microphone, boom, you are going, and right from your hotel room, you can probably put music together, just upload it to your third-party services to distribute your online stores. For you, how has it been for you, like even comparing to the last 3 to 5 years?
I think technology has really, really impacted on production a lot all over the world. I mean, the first thing we even tend to forget about is that now you don't even have to travel that far to get to record a song with an artist.
Yeah.
The episode right now, by just staying in my studio, doing a beat, and through technology, I'm able to send him the audio files for him to record. Gone are the days you need to have everybody in the studio before you can make a record.
Yeah.
But now you can just make a record with everybody in any part of the world through technology. So I think technology has really, really impacted a lot of things. You used to have people play live instruments before records were recorded. But now, because of technology, there are VSTs that you use that gives you the sound you would hear on the guitar, on the keyboard, on the bass guitar, and it feels live. It puts in a lot of reverb and a couple of things, and people feel, you're playing live music and all that. So technology has really come to save us. I mean, it's made work quite easier now. You just have to research well, get the right tools, and produce well. That's basically something that I feel has really, really helped us in the world of production. It makes everything very, very easy now, because now you don't have to really go through the stress of going around. I mean, even though sometimes you still have people come to the studios because it's a vibe, you get it. But now, if I want to record a song with Rihanna, I don't have to necessarily go to the USA to get her to record the song. And that's one major thing I really like about the technology change now we have in the industry.
Would you say it has made production cheaper? Because now it's cutting the transportation cost, and has it made it cheaper, or it has made it more expensive? Because now you have to invest in the tech. So now you need your sound card, you need your software, you need your microphone in your home and in your studio. And would you say that made it cheaper or more expensive?
I wouldn't say. I mean, technology is always expensive. I wouldn't say it has made it cheaper, because even with the people coming to your studio, you still need a sound card. You still need every other thing you use. But I would say it's actually made it more effective. And I mean, it's not too cumbersome now. I mean, it's made it more, like, it's reliable and faster. I mean, we need to get a record done for maybe a deal in the next day. Maybe I have a contract with Vodafone to produce a beat with an artist, do a song. And we're supposed to deliver it maybe in 2 days' time. But episode is in London playing a show. Through technology, we can have everything done, and we go and chop our money small. Simple. You know, the money there we will chop up. So that's the angle I look at it from, because you always have to invest in, no matter what you do, a couple of things. But it's made things rather easier for us now, because now you can just sit in your studio and do your stuff and send it to someone else, and it gets done.
Yeah, so episode for you as an artist, as a performing artist, for example, you're preparing to go on stage, right? You know, you can have your stem, so you can have some of your keyboards and some of your guitars and everything in your stem, just give it to the DJ, so you probably just need a drummer and someone else. Is this also putting some people out of jobs? Because for you as a musician, you can set up your home studio and produce your own music if you research well and then you learn how to use the softwares and stuff. Do you think this poses a challenge for producers? Because now maybe the footfall will reduce. Maybe if they can produce like 3-4 people in a month, now because the artists can set up by themselves, you know, they are not coming so much. They'll probably just go to a beat maker or like make your own beats, right, and just record your vocals and everything, and you are done. Would you say it poses a challenge or a threat to like actual music producers?
So what I'm trying to say is, you know, we should understand that once the world evolves, everything evolves. You know, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would have an artist like, let me use FKJ.
Yeah.
Or Masego.
Yeah.
Or you know, these artists who are called loop artists.
Yeah.
Even though they have bands, these artists, or the Angel Love, they have equipment which help them perform without a band.
Yeah.
Just like you're saying, maybe I just need my stems, or I can just loop all these things.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that whoever the guitarist is, you're keeping the person out of job. It's the same way the guitarist can also invest in buying a guitar pedal, which can give him different sounds. You understand?
Yeah. Which
can give him different effects. So I only believe that it's an individual decision, and an artist who wants to be in that space. You know, because you have the likes of Richard Bona, who has a band, but in between his performance, he can still break and do a loop performance.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, for me, it's, just like I said, it's individual decision, and it would take, I think it's now coming here. I'm proud to say I'm one of the artists in Ghana who has started looping.
Okay.
I've used these machines on like few platforms now, and these are, just like Valsky said, technology is expensive. You know, you're buying one loop machine for like $1,000.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And then you need a whole lot to set up, and it's equal, or you even go beyond just calling people to come and play, and then, you know, at the end they go. Because now, even if you have to pay for a software like software you can download on the go, you're paying monthly subscriptions.
Yeah,
that is huge money, you know. But getting to right now, artists in this space, some are even bigger than the artists who are full house band. You know, because you watch the likes of FKJ, who has over 40 million views on a video, on just a video.
Yeah.
And that's just a stream. We haven't even considered the rest of the platforms. So it goes a long way than.
Yeah, so Viroski, let me just come to you quickly. So, for example, I'm an aspiring DJ, or let's say a music producer, basically. What are some of the things that, like a starter pack, that when it comes to tech, the tech that I want to own to be able to produce world-class sounds and stuff? Because, you know, you can't just produce anything, especially, as you said, for example, if you have to produce a beat for Vodafone, maybe a jingle, you can't just produce just anything. You know, you have to set that standard, because you've invested into tech, and you should make sure that you're making that money back at least, you know. So what are some of the things, like a starter pack, that you would advise that, okay, you need A, B, C, D minimum requirements to be able to get on this level and actually make proper music?
Okay, so I think to start with, you need a computer or a laptop. I mean, that's the basic stuff you need to get, because I mean, with all the VSTs, with the doors we have now, you need to get a laptop to be able to install it on it, or a computer, could be a system unit and all that. So the basic thing you need is that you need a sound card.
Okay.
You need a sound card. You need to invest. Of course, you need speakers to play what is coming up, but you need like basic softwares, like maybe a Fruity Loop, or maybe a Logic Pro or Ableton. I mean, with that, even with basic stuff is just getting a basic software.
Yeah.
Now you come to investing in the VSTs you used to produce. You have a contact, you have Spectratronics giving you keyscape and all that. That's basically, and it's expensive.
Are there, not to cut you, but are there any specific brands, for example, when it comes to like the sound card, are there some that you have personally like used, tested and approved, like this is what you can go for, you know? To
I mean the basic one you can start with is a Focusrite. I mean, Focusrite has like a lot of, I mean, we are talking about someone who wants to start. I mean, you don't want to go to the Sonys and all that. You can start with the Focusrite, which is basic but gives a very good sound. You get it. So you can just get in on the Focusrite. I love you can get the KRK speakers. I mean,
so those are the studio monitors.
Yeah, studio monitors. But I have this one that comes from Sony that I use. I like it because it gives you the raw sound. So now you're not deceiving yourself. Sometimes you produce and the bass is very nice, but when you go and listen to it in the car, you're like, hey, then I'm going. Do you understand? So it gives you the raw stuff. So if you don't like it, it's not nice. So if it's nice, then it comes better. So those are the basic stuff you need, technology like wise, to become like a.
Would you say the people that like probably can't afford, because as we said, technology is expensive, so probably the people that can't afford, are they missing out on like the trendy stuff? Or do you think the analog way of doing things still works equally as digital now, in the digital age? Do you think buying the crossover and the analog mixer and all those things, do you think they still give you that same? Because I've seen a couple of huge studios in the UK, in the US, that still have the huge analog board, that they still work with. And when you hear the sounds that come out, you sometimes you go like, wow, okay. So do you think people that can't, and I believe that's even still expensive, so do you think the people that can't afford the sound cards and the basic stuff to start with from their bedrooms, from their living rooms, from their home studios, are they missing out? Or still the old stuff, the old ways still work? Because even new laptops, MacBooks and stuff, they don't even come with a slot for a CD-ROM. Everything is moving to the cloud. We have AirPods. Gone were the days we had Walkmans and stuff. So the people who still want to go that way, is it like they are losing out on a bigger market, or do you still think they can achieve something big with what they are doing?
I mean, this is the hard truth, right? When you don't have technology, you are always losing out. I mean, it's as simple as that. And I always say this, that, I mean, that's why mostly the Nigerians are ahead of us when it comes to music. Because some of the software, some of the tech they were using 4 or 5 years ago, we now have it, and we are now trying to use it now. So when you listen to the quality of sound they have, or even people outside, the foreigners, like the hip hop world, we get them late because we discover them very late. So you realize that most of the quality of the sound we put out is not the best.
Yeah.
You get it? Once you don't have technology, you lose out. You see with the big analog things you see, expensive, and normally they use them because the specific type of sound.
Okay.
So they want to have a specific feel.
Yeah.
So they stick to all these things. But it's not that they can't afford the new stuff. I mean, when you talk about when you go to the United States and all that, they can. But what they have special made analog mixers just to get a particular sound they want.
Yeah.
So all boils down to the fact that you need to invest in technology. That one there, I won't tell you, don't cut corners. I mean, if you want the best, I mean, I had a conversation with Guilty Beat sometime, and I mean, when we all started, we used to find ways of downloading the softwares illegally and doing all that. Because I mean,
I go and look for the patch.
Yeah, patches and all that. I mean, you're working on a phone and the song will crash there, software will crash there, problem. So he told me one thing, and I think that's something I really appreciate. He was like, bro, this is what you do, invest in it. So I mean, because when apparently even outside some of the productions, when you do a beat for maybe a Jay-Z, the label asks you for what software and what code you use.
Okay.
I mean, there are some rules and all that. So he produced for Beyonce, and he had to use original stuff. So, and as much as you even just can do anything with just anything now, to get to the top, to get to the to be one of the best producers in the world, you need to get the best of stuff to match them. Because when you send your sound and it doesn't sound or it doesn't match their quality, no matter how good you are with the playing of the beats, the keyboards and the guitar and everything, they still won't use you because they like quality. They like people who know how to EQ, people who know how to put in reverbs and all that. So it's not just about let's marble beats. I can sit down and just beat. Because when you listen to the big songs in the world, the beats are very simple. And all the beats us with is the quality of the sound, the reverb, the EQ, those basic stuff that we don't know. And we are not able to get that quality because we don't have the equipment to help us get that quality. So it's basic and as simple as that. Get technology and you'll be able to match every production that comes your way.
Okay. As DJ Vareski said, in the words of Vareski, invest. It's basic. Invest in the tech, so you can match up to the quality that's out there, because it's a very competitive world out there. I had a very interesting conversation today on Tech Today on the impact of technology on music in our day and age. Let's go for this quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. So in the words of DJ Vareski, invest in the tech so you can match up with the competition out there, because it's a very competitive world out there. And if you want to produce the best, you have to get the best. Basically, that's what it says. I had a very, very interesting and thought-provoking conversation with DJ Vareski, who is the host of Early Jam right here on MX24, as well as Episode. That was a very interesting conversation. Now we move into our next feature on the show. We have our app of the week, and I found this app that has inbuilt stock wallpapers called Stocky.